Like, I'm so bored of training by myself. I need an outlet. Where I was going to sign up for EOS because it was 5 minutes away from the house.
Oh my god, no!
It's 5 minutes away from the house and it's $10 a month. Jeez. I'll pay for it at this point because I'm tired of driving all the way across town.
Bro, I tried to go with my girl to fucking Planet Fitness.
I know.
Fuck them.
I'm not training at fucking Planet Fitness.
When I went to go, because I was gonna take her to do upper body?
Yeah.
So we were just gonna do bis and tris, shoulders, a little bit of chest, and some like upper back, like your rear delts and stuff. And I went to go get on the bench, and I see this fucking sign up there, and it's like,
the lunk alarm bullshit.
It wasn't even they didn't have it there. Mm-hmm. It was a sign that was like no grunting, no know like one of their little bougie ass sayings. No. And I'm sitting here, I'm going,
what is it, Planet Fitness?
Planet fucking Fitness.
I won't fuck with Planet Fitness.
We're no judgment zone. Fuck you.
EOS is the same company that bought out Gold's Gym.
They
Gold's
are.
Gym used to be here.
I just haven't heard great things.
I heard it's not bad. Obviously, LVAC is the juggernaut when it comes to commercial gyms. Right. And I wanted to find a gym that I could train at that was more private, like customized equipment, all that bullshit. But it's like $50-$60.
It is.
And if I do want to go, like I told you, since I want to sign up for an amateur fight, if I'm going to make it a serious thing, I guess we are recording. I guess that works. If I'm going to make the amateur fight a serious thing, I need to find a striking gym. Because I already have my jiu-jitsu background and I've been fighting long enough to know how to grapple, but they won't take you in if you're not physically actively fighting.
Is the UFC gym not a thing anymore?
No, they shut that bitch down.
Oh, it's gone?
Yeah, it's gone.
It wasn't just that location?
No, it turned into a fucking cigar shop.
Yeah, it's a fucking lounge.
Yeah,
it's like Big Daddy's fucking...
Yeah, Big Daddy's meat cigar shop.
It looks like a fucking strip club.
It looks like a strip club. When I saw it and I drove past, I was like, what is this? I haven't seen any other UFC gyms around. I'm sure they still have some, but I just kind of...
They might be few and far in between.
I don't fucking know. I need like a legit striking gym, and they have other gyms that do mixed martial arts, but it's just enough to put it on my record to show when I do sign up for Tough Enough, which, like I said, it's TBA because they're still doing fights. The last fight that they had was back in November. So it's still consistent, but when I look for this year, it's a TBA. But in order to do it, the rules and regulations say that you have to show that a gym is sponsoring you. Not pay sponsor, but, you're fighting out of this gym, so you show you have a fight background.
They're kind of backing you.
If I give them my resume saying, hey, I did jiu-jitsu for 5 years, they're like, but... is it still going on? It's like, well, yeah, kind of. They're like, well, are you consistent? Like, yeah, they don't want average shows. They don't want some homeless.
You know what I miss, bro? I miss when we used to fucking spar.
Yeah, in the garage with the mats and everything like that.
Miss that.
I was trying to set something up like that, but it's now Chris has the fucking house and everything. I figured that'd be kind of dope to do to people there, but everybody's afraid.
Yes, because we are juggernauts.
I've been trying to find people just to I'm not trying to get punched in the face here, but I'm like, hey, I got 16-ounce gloves. Do you want to go box somewhere? Well, I've got my meeting at noon, and then I have a dentist appointment at 4.
Yes.
But then I got to do this. I was like, dude, fine. Like,
I mean, dude, they were afraid of me, and I didn't even have training.
No,
that was just us grappling in the garage and me kind of replicating what I saw you do.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I mean, like I said, I just want to spar. I need people to spar with without physically having to go to a gym where people are just like they spar all the time. Because of course I'm getting my fucking ass kicked.
Yeah.
I need to kind of like dip my toes in the pool and spar with just a couple average people. Ease into it before I start going full contact because I'm my body's like Mr. Potato Head. I'm falling apart left and right.
You fucking wish you were. You're still in one piece.
Barely.
You're still in one piece. When you come over wrapped in a fucking tortilla. Then you talk to me about being Mr. Potato Head.
All right, we starting?
Are we starting?
We're starting.
Is everybody ready?
We're here.
Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Lynn, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
I'm ready. I'm ready like fucking SpongeBob.
I was just about to say, are you going to do that? I'm ready.
That's a nice boulder.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
All right. Giggity.
Hello.
Giggity.
Hello.
Giggity motherfucking goo.
Yes.
Hello to you.
Hello.
Hello, Lynn.
Hello.
Hello, D. We are Project Airwaves.
Welcome back again.
What the fuck are you doing,
for
everybody?
Another episode of Project Airwaves.
So really quick, before we like to say this in a lot of our episodes, before we started recording.
Yeah.
People are really going to get curious what the fuck we talk about before we start recording. Me and Lynn were just talking about life and its many complexities as far as personal development. That's not going to be our topic for today, but just want to put this out there really quick. You as an individual go through your own fucking problems. You're going to have your own trials and tribulations and your own struggles. Don't let people downplay what the fuck you're going through because they may have gone through something similar or they've never been through it before and they're just guessing. Be the best you that you can be.
Which it's funny that D's touching onto this is every time We have this tendency, and we do it every fucking time. We're supposed to be recording like the minute that I get there, or vice versa when he comes over. We play catch up, and I have a tendency to keep all of my shit to myself until, you know, the comparison of having a water bottle when you overfill a cup of water. Yeah. Like, I'm always spilling out my shit, and when I'm having tough times with stuff, it comes out in this like animosity of just like I'm willing to fuck shit up. Like I'm you ever seen I Am Legend when what are they zombies? Vampires? Remember when Will Smith is in the fucking in the SUV and they're throwing their bodies at the car so hard?
Oh my god.
I feel like with how I am, I'm very good at walking around in this hollow shell of just I can be content and move around people and be good, but when it starts to spill out, I have this so much of this momentum building in my body that I could book it into a car head first and fucking flip it over.
You're that guy at the end that's headbutting the glass.
You know, and every time I talk to D, it's kind of like he's one of the only few people that I know, like in a handful of people, that is willing to kind of talk sense to me, because anybody else talks to me, it's like you can't compare what it is that I'm mentally, physically, emotionally going through.
Yeah.
Because I go through a lot of shit. I do more dumb shit than most people averagely do, and I'm still here to tell about it.
Yeah.
Like practically almost die from it. I'm still able to fucking function. And it gets to a point where every time when me and D talk about it, I suppress it back because I don't like to talk about my shit. But then when he talks to me, I think about it halfway through, like, fuck, we should have been talking about this on the podcast. Because he gives good wisdom. He pulls my mental out of, okay, I can't counter you with what I think I should be saying, because he'll say something and I'm like, oh, fuck, you're right. You're fucking right. It's stupid. I think you're wrong, but
it's life experience, man. Me and Lynn, we go through a lot of the same shit, and it's kind of funny sometimes watching him go through something I've already been through, obviously with a few variations, but I can see it and I can feel it. You know, like we talked about, we're empathic, we're feelers. A lot of us can kind of feel how other people are feeling before they even open their mouths.
It's
and
so fucking horrible. I feel like an X-Men. I feel like Rogue from X-Men. Like if I touch somebody, I get their power, but then I could kill them at the same time.
Your
voice
is stuck in your head forever now.
I fucking hate it.
So, you know, just wanted to give you guys some this is our warm-up. This is how me and Lynn get the mental juices flowing. So we can, you know, hand out those mental jewels. You know, you get a ruby, you get a diamond, you might get a cubic zirconia, but I'm sorry that was some last minute shit. So this is just what we do to kind of get the vibe rolling. So this is episode number motherfucking 33.
33.
We've made it this far. It's 2021. No nukes have gone off. We haven't died of the plague. There are no zombies. No. We're still here. How you feeling, bro?
I'm all right, man. There's so much we have to do. There's so many fucking things. I was looking at all this shit, and fuck, it's just trying to get the time to do it. Like, I'm excited. I'm putting this out, and it's more of a mental push for me than anything. I know on February 8th, we're going to sit down and do our first actual video recording.
Yes.
Got all the equipment, got everything ready to go. When I record, and when we record, I'm going to push out that episode on YouTube. So you guys need to look for that when it comes forward. We'll be kind of dabbling back and forth until I can get more comfortable with the video version, because D does take over all the audio editing. Once I'm more comfortable with the video editing, it'll be consistency, but we'll probably do like 1 week on, 1 week off, video, audio. But I think it's gonna be dope. Like, I'm excited. Like, you know, even with the place that I'm at, like the setup's gonna be pretty cool, because I told you, that my roommate new couch, new desk, new carpet, everything. It's gonna look fucking dope.
Yes, and then we'll start fucking around with green screens.
When we start,
and shit.
exactly. I've already got all the lighting and everything like that. I've got the processor and the program in order to record it. Also, I'm excited. Yeah, I hope you guys are excited too. I think it'll be fucking cool. Merch is going to be trickling in very soon too. Yeah, like we still have our classic tees and everything like that, which we're going to try to upload and get on the website. But everything else, it's coming. So for us, new design. Yes. Business cards.
We're going to work on the website now. I ask your guys' patience consistently with the website, and that's just because I'm only one person. Like Lynn said, I do the editing. I'm the sole editor for the audio portion of the podcast. You know, I still have my 9-to-5 job on top of trying to build this website, which is just a mental fucking mind fuck on a daily basis. But it's coming along nicely, so just stay tuned. I promise, especially for our patrons, once that website is up, any and all merch, anything, they get first dibs.
I cannot fucking wait.
Yes, it's gonna be amazing.
I'm trying. Like, I'm even the same thing with D. It's like, you know, I have my 7 to 3. Like, by the time I'm done with work, if I don't go home, and I feel like an old person, if I don't go home and take a fucking nap,
yes, it's a wrap.
Then I'm fucked. Like, I burn out by 5 or 6 or 7, and I'm in bed, and then I just fucking think like the whole day went to waste. So trying to find time to do the video editing and actually make the time to come up and meet when I still need to go to the gym. I still need to, do my meal preps, do everything else upon my responsibilities. It's very difficult to get this shit running and going, but once we get it started, I feel like it'll be a big thing. So, I put in the request time off for that coming Monday so we can dedicate an entire day to the work. So,
and I'm sorry if you guys are getting annoyed of hearing us say this, but literally, this is a double-edged sword. This is us telling you what's coming so you can get hyped for it, but this is us also reaffirming it with ourselves.
And it's exactly
like a mental reminder. Exactly. Like, oh yeah,
you got to hold us accountable. I want to see comments or questions from people like, "Hey, what the fuck? You said this fucking shirt. You said this 10 episodes ago, and it's like 20 episodes later, you're doing the same shit. Things need to change." So,
really quick, let's go ahead and go over some current events.
There's a couple things.
There's a few things. Just one or two things.
Fuck, I don't know. Do you want to? What do you want to start on?
Okay, let's go. I'm going to, obviously, if you don't know about this next topic, you've been living under a rock, which actually nowadays is okay because you might not have COVID.
You doing
we're going to talk about
GameStop. GameStop.
Or as Elon Musk would say, GameStonks.
GameStonks. Robinhood, GameStop, all that
just
catastrophe of bullshit.
We're not gonna go 6 feet deep with this topic, but we're gonna keep it on the shallow end because a lot of you, this has been an ever developing story, so it's by no means over yet. We're gonna tell you, just kind of get you caught up. A bunch of Redditors got together and decided that they were tired of the average working Joe, our money being fucked with in the stock markets.
In Wall Street.
Right, in Wall Street, while the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer.
Pretty much.
So they said, fuck it, let's go ahead and let's fuck with the stock market. So they started boosting. It wasn't just GameStop. It was a few other businesses, but GameStop right now has gotten the most...
They got the most grab.
Most attention.
Their percentage rate went up fucking ridiculous.
Their stocks at one point were over $400.
Yeah. When it started at like $15.
Yeah, it was cheap
nothing.
as fuck.
Yeah.
And now it's come down. It's been fluctuating. So, a lot of people were trying to figure out, what's going on with the system, what's going on with the stock market, should we buy, should we sell, yada yada. So then one of the major players in the game called Robinhood, they decided that they wanted to just go ahead and shit on the people that have been supporting their product and their app for so long and just stop offering people the ability to buy stocks for like GameStop and those other companies mentioned.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why. So you'll see some people like Philly D. He has completely written off Robinhood. He doesn't invest in them anymore. He's not using them as a sponsor anymore. So I should say he's not famous, but as far as I'm concerned, he's famous. When a famous YouTuber decides to no longer cash in on a potential viable source of income, that there's a fucking problem.
I didn't know that. I mean, I like I said, I have Robinhood as well, and I've put into that like sometime last year, and I dabbled in couple stocks here and there just because it's nice to know about. Like, I don't expect to make any kind of actual profit, but it seems like now everybody's a fucking stockbroker. Like, everybody knows stocks because of the whole thing with GameStop and Robinhood, that people are investing left and right on stocks that are going up and down where they just want to buy massively. So I don't know if there was a plan behind it. Like, if they did it knowing that it would interest people into wanting to buy stocks now.
It feels like it was a big troll at first.
Yeah, it started. Now it's like, people are like, now that this became a thing, what's stopping them from not investing? Now everybody's investing. Like, people are investing in little things that have no use whatsoever. Let me buy $5 in stocks in fucking Primo water. Let me buy $5 in stocks in anything.
What I think is funny about COVID is it's opening up the general population's eyes as to how much control we actually have. Like, I've been preaching this since we fucking started this podcast. Your job should be getting on their knees and thanking you every single fucking day you come to work. I don't give a fuck if you're replaceable. I don't give a shit if you're expendable. The fact that you showed up, you are helping that company make upwards of millions of billions of dollars daily should say something. That should speak volumes. Lately, we've been feeling out of control, especially with our finances, politics, COVID, everything going on in the world. Nobody has really felt like they've had control over shit.
No, it sucks, dude.
So now I think this Robinhood thing, this whole GameStop and Reddit and Elon Musk with his stonks, I think that's helping people open their eyes and kind of wake up to, you actually have control. You are paying into this without us making all of these commodities so expensive and so useful and everything so sought after. there would be no stock market if we weren't investing. If these major companies weren't investing, and we, you know, losing our money to give them more money, it wouldn't be a thing. You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
You know, keep an eye on it. Like I said, it's an ever developing situation.
It is. It's good. It's good to
We're
have
learning new shit every day.
It's good to have the knowledge about it, just to kind of keep a mental check about what's going on, because that is a big thing. It's money fluctuating around the clock where people don't know where it's coming from. There's so much money in stocks that even in the beginning I didn't fucking know. Yeah. And then when you start to actually look into it and see that, you know, what these Reddit people did. Right. Did more benefit for people that were completely fucking broke.
Right. And that's what I was like, GameStop.
Yeah, there was people that had like 1 or 2 shares in it that made a couple $100,000. Yeah. And then people that put like 100 shares in it, like became millionaires out of fucking nowhere. So I know Wall Street, to kind of wrap this up, I think from what I heard is that they're trying to find a way to suspend or hold on to GameStop stocks to stop people from withdrawing them until they can investigate it, because they feel like what happened was illegal. Which I don't know how, but I don't know.
Bullshit. It wasn't illegal.
I know it wasn't.
Okay, so here's my issue with the stock market, and this is why I don't get into stocks, or at least not right now. Later on I will. It's something called insider trading. So if I go, hey Lynn, I bump you in the elbow and I go, Netflix is about to, you know, their stock's about to go through the roof, so, you know, give it till tomorrow, 24 hours, sell all your stock, cash out, go. That's called insider trading. That's illegal, because
you're sharing information with me.
Right, I'm not supposed to. How did the fucking stock market come to be unless it was a bunch of insider trading?
And it's exactly that. Like, there's certain stocks that you can purchase into, like you know, I don't know if people know, but Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is different. You can't purchase that on Robinhood. No, there's property stock, and then there's money stock. And when a lot of these people, it sucks, is if I wanted to invest in a certain kind of stock, they'll withhold that information from me to purchase it unless I have an X amount of money in order to do it. Exactly. So if I, like I said, like, what's a comparison? What's a competitor with GameStop?
They even have competitors?
Okay, let's say the PlayStation Store. Something like that. So in order for me to invest in Sony or the PlayStation Store, which obviously they make a good, or Microsoft, billions of dollars compared to GameStop. In order for me to make that investment into holding that, I had to have X amount of dollars in GameStop, because GameStop was the starter for that. And then all of a sudden you get a notification saying, hey, you want to purchase this?
It's like playing a
this
game.
Is here now. Yeah, you have to level up in order to get a certain amount of things and get the actual money. So people think they can just make instant money off of stocks. No. But you have to long term being able to bet money that you don't have.
And to me, that, I'm not saying the stock market isn't legit. You know, people have made legit money off the stock market. My issue is I don't want to put my money into what's ultimately somebody else's bank account, so they can invest my money whatever way they want, or cash it out. And I'm hoping and praying for a small increase on my investment, a small profit. Now, like I said, I'm not big into stocks, so I'm not going to be all, numbers, percentages, things like that. However, you know, I tend not to mess with things that will irritate me easily, and fucking with my money is the easiest way to piss me the hell off. But like we said, in wrapping up, keep your eyes on it. Please, by all means, if you find out anything, if we got any information wrong, or if we misquoted something, please let us know in the comments. You guys know we got an email, we got a Facebook, we got a Snapchat, we have a Twitter.
Yeah, you're trying to go through all those.
We have a Twitter, we have an Instagram. You have many ways to contact us. So by all means, please reach out. Next, really quick, I want to cover our new president.
Biden?
Mr. Joe Biden.
Wait, before, I want to go over the boxing match coming up.
I don't want to talk about Biden.
But I want to go over the boxing match.
Fine.
Boxing!
Talk about your stupid fucking boxing.
February 20th, I think, is what it's supposed to be. The bizarre bout schedule for February 20th. Everybody knows that Floyd Mayweather is going to be fighting Logan Paul.
I'm over it.
Me and D were talking about this recently. I'm going to be coming off with my form of a spinoff relatively soon. I am big into sports, as opposed, D is not. I like MMA, I like the UFC, I like Bellator, I like football, hockey, all that stuff. I'm pretty well indulged into it. My brother's just as fucking good. Yeah. So down the road, there will be spinoffs about events that are going on, like when it comes to boxing matches and MMA matches, stuff like that, because I do have experience in it. So look forward to that down the road, hopefully. I hope you guys jump onto that. But one thing that caught my eye, which I'm kind of looking forward to, the main title fight is supposed to be Logan Paul versus Mayweather. Stupidest fucking thing.
I think it's going to be a slaughter.
It's weird because Logan Paul is almost 220 pounds at like 6'1", 6'2". Yeah. And his record is 0-1-1. 1 loss and 1 draw. He's never won a fucking match. Right. Against Mayweather, which would be literally one of the best boxers on the planet.
Right, he's up there with Mike Tyson.
He's one of the best boxers on the planet, 15-0. But he's 155 pounds. in his 40s.
I don't care. You've seen Mike Tyson lately, bro.
Exactly. So I'm not putting it past. I know it's a cash grab.
It is.
I will put money down for that.
Just like KSI.
Exactly. Yeah. But KSI was his younger brother, Jake Paul. Jake Paul is going to be on the same card.
Right.
The reason why I want to watch Jake Paul is because it's no different than when McGregor fought Mayweather, because you're getting MMA mixed with boxing. Jake Paul is going to be fighting Ben Askren. And Ben Askren, which a lot of people may not know, is he's a retired UFC fighter. This dude could take a fucking hit. He had a chin. He was a grappler, a wrestler, which is ground and pound. So it is going to be a fun thing to watch both of them go at it, because I feel like you're getting the better of both worlds of like, all right, there's someone that's accustomed to fighting for a very long time, opposed to Jake Paul. He's fought maybe 4 times.
Yeah. I guess I'm over the stupidity behind it, because
it's a hype thing, and people are doing it because they want to make they want to make money. Jake Paul was on there's a podcaster that I listen to, Brandon Chop. He's got Food Truck Diaries. He did an interview with Logan Paul. Logan Paul pretty much said, he goes, I don't even know if I'm going to win or not. I will let this guy punch me in the face because I know I'm going to make money.
Yeah,
and that's just what it is.
Cash
You're
grab.
Physically telling people, I know that this shit's not going to fucking work, but I'm doing it because I know I'm going to get money.
And that's what I'm saying. Why would you even want to fucking fight at that point? You're killing. That's literally going against the point of the sport.
It is. You're using the sport to manipulate to make money. Not.
That's it.
I want to fight where I was like, these people are fucking monsters. They're gonna fight each other because one's gonna kill the other.
Yes.
This is just, let's play tag a little bit because we already know we're getting paid.
I'm gonna dance around till the time runs
it
out.
Kills me, man. It's like, I like boxing. Boxing's cool. That was one of the first of combat sports. Was boxing. Boxing started practically almost everything, and it's like it used to hold this thing because Tyson and Holyfield.
Yeah. What's his name? Oh shit! I just forgot.
Roy Jones.
I'm so sorry. What was his name? Oh shit!
What?
The famous boxer. He's a black guy. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Muhammad Ali.
What
about him?
I just wanted to throw that out there.
I was like, what about him? You made it seem like as if you just fucking talked to his ghost.
Lynn's looking at me. He's like,
who? There's a lot of black boxers, a huge amount. I think his birthday just passed or something like that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, these boxers back in the day would fight to win. Like, you knew they were going in, and they all had dope fucking fighting styles and stuff like that. But now it's just
Ali was one of the first literally one of the first black men that got into some of the major league boxing matches.
There's a TV show on Hulu, I don't know what it's called, but it goes back into the history of when Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, and a bunch of other, because, going into Black History Month, there was a lot of these guys that Muhammad Ali had such an impact on the world.
Yes.
Like, he was into politics and into stuff like that. And that was what was cool. Opposed to these other guys, like, Jake Paul and Logan Paul, they're just doing it for the fucking clout. And
like, I can't take you seriously, dude.
It's garbage,
You're
dude.
a YouTube personality. Now, don't get me wrong. People can change their jobs. We saw The Rock do it. We saw Jason Statham. Not Jason Statham. John Cena.
No. Do you know Vin Diesel does music now? Did you saw that, didn't you?
Please no.
He has a song.
Please no.
And it's not bad.
Is it I Am Groot?
No. We can find the YouTube video for it, but it's because COVID shut down. People weren't making movies, so he produced 2 songs.
Yeah,
and they were actually decent.
Which I'm kind of down for.
And it's funny because he'll do little clips before he was doing the thing, and Vin Diesel always sounds like he's fucking tired.
He does.
He's like, "Hey guys, I just wanted you to know that I'm pretty happy with my music and my life, and I wish love and prosperity, and enjoy this hit.
I am Groot."
And he talks like that. Like, I was like, oh my, I can't. This guy's gonna put me to sleep. But it's good. Yeah, it's good.
And see, that's what I mean. I have no issue with people broadening their horizons and expanding to do new things. To an extent, yes, everybody's in it for the money. I mean, that's the end goal. But the thing is, I don't know, when you see somebody with passion doing something that they love. Like Lynn said, I'm not into sports, but I've watched many UFC fights, UFC title fights with him. We've watched boxing matches. Shit, we used to go to monster truck shows. I missed that shit back in the day.
I know, right?
When you see people passionate about the thing they're doing, I don't care if you're doing nothing but carving your name into a tree. If you fucking do that with passion and you love doing that, then I like watching you do what you love to do. Like I said, with the Logan and the Jake Paul, especially after that whole Suicide Forest thing.
That was Logan Paul, and I remember, like these guys, he was going down the shitter with that. That fucked him so badly.
Well, and then they had the COVID parties.
They had the COVID parties and stuff. Yeah, Jake Paul, because they shut his place down.
Right, they're known to be fuck-offs.
They are, and like you said, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt because Jake Paul, I'll give him this. He's been boxing and he's won 4-0. And you see his combos.
And that's fair.
He's doing good.
Right.
Like, it's like, okay, maybe he did find his possession. He's fucking people up. I just don't like the fuckboy thing where they're like, they're trying to hunt people. Like, there's this kid, if you look up the video, Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia right now in the boxing community is like, you know who Canelo is? No. Like, you don't know? God, he doesn't know fighting.
I don't know.
Canelo Alvarez is one of the best boxers on the planet right now.
Oh my.
He was not 49-0, but he's been undefeated until he fought Mayweather one time. And of course, it just ended up being, he's pound for pound, you know who Pacquiao is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's pound for pound one of the best boxers in the world.
Oh, wow.
Still boxing. Pacquiao is, of course, the GOAT. Like, he's been boxing for fucking ever. This kid, Ryan Garcia, is like 22 years old. He's got one of the fastest hands on the planet. Like, you just see him doing combos. Like, I remember there was Francis Ngannou, I think is what his name was. Huge monster black dude that is one of the heavyweights, hardest hitters in the UFC.
Oh, wow.
And this kid, I'll show you the video down the road. He's doing body shots on people. He has them wear the body vest, and he'll come up and just boom, just knock the wind out of him. It takes 2 or 3.
Fuck off.
And he's maybe 150 pounds. Francis Ngannou is like 250, almost 300 pounds of just solid muscle. And even with that, this kid is throwing bombs on his stomach with the fucking thing, and he's actually shaking him. So he wants to set up a card to fight Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao's been fighting for years.
Yeah. Well,
and
Pacquiao was retired, didn't he?
He's what is that called? He's in politics with the Philippines. He's like a politician. He's a politician for the Philippines. Oh, so he does a lot of shit from there, but he still fights. He still fights, and he puts people to sleep. He's a fucking monster with his fighting. He puts people to fucking sleep. So it'd be fun to watch to kind of wrap up the sports part of it and everything like that. I'm seeing a lot of young cats challenge a lot of older people.
Yeah.
The veterans.
Yeah.
And it's like, where the fuck do you get off doing that? These guys have been fighting for
Right.
years.
So you need to pay your
and you
dues.
come in and be like, oh, I'm going to talk shit and talk a bunch of hype. I know I can fuck this person up because he's old. No,
right,
can't.
right.
No,
That's
you
not.
can't. I'm not. Yeah, I know how to
Even
fucking
if
fight,
you
but
can. That's not the fucking point.
No.
The whole point is you paying your respects to the people that fucking came before you, that paved the way for your stupid ass to get here in the first place. Fuck it. Moving on. Now, something I'm gonna touch on really quick. Lynn doesn't like to touch on this, and I'm okay. I'm all about touching stuff, not in a non-consensual way. Don't get it twisted. Valentine's Day is right around the corner.
Trash. Look, come on. Sorry.
Hold it up to the mic.
So he's. He's teeing off on him.
This is on FightHype.com.
Yeah, and he's doing this against Francis, but he does this with other people. Knocks him out in one hit.
I feel like my arm would break.
Francis is just taking those
hitting
fucking
that
hits.
dude. Like I'm seeing him hit.
If you see him hit other fucking people, he like knocks the fucking wind out of him.
It looks like his fist is rolling off of concrete, and he's just going back for more. He's just like, fuck it. Wow. Okay. So this is. Does that have anything to do with Valentine's Day?
No, I told you, man. I'm excited.
You see,
I'm
this
excited.
Fucker wouldn't let me talk about Joe Biden, and now I can't talk about Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day is whatever for me. I try really hard to care about it, but I
Look, I fucking hate Valentine's Day because I think it's a scam. Fellas and women, if you use Valentine's Day as the one time out of the entire year to show your loved one that you feel strongly for them, then you don't deserve to be with that person. You know what I mean? It's one of those things of you should be showing people, especially the man or woman you love, you should be showing them the utmost, maximum amount of love and affection on a daily basis, 365. Valentine's Day shouldn't mean shit to you.
What day is it, the 14th?
It's the 14th. Okay. It shouldn't mean shit to you if you're doing your fucking job. And I'm going to leave it at that. However, for those of you who do participate, I wish you a happy Valentine's Day, and I'll try and put out a session to elaborate on my feelings.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Moving forward, the Super Bowl's coming.
So, I want to touch on that, but I want to wait until afterwards just because you're going to have a lot of people that are going to be hyped back and forth.
Okay.
Chiefs versus the Buccaneers is on Sunday. It's Super Bowl 55, which is interesting more or less to me without making it into without going too deep into it. There will be fans there, which is kind of cool. It's like they're actually, I see that, and I'm hoping more or less is if the fans start trickling in, that means they're going to start opening up concerts.
Right, no more cardboard cutouts.
No more cardboard cutouts or digital screens of people watching it on Zoom calls. Like, I was watching... what the fuck? I was watching something. I was watching some kind of event, and I see people in the background where it's just Zoom videos of people, and it's like, it's so weird. You got people like just doing this, staring at the fucking screen like they're just on home or something.
I'm just not a big fan of, having to deal with all of that that fake shit, like, the fake hype and having people there, and it's just weird. We're going to go ahead and, bring this to an end. My family just got home. I got to play daddy. So last thing I wanted to cover really quick was Biden. About this relief bill or stimulus check, whatever the fuck you guys want to call it.
Okay. Is that a thing still? Are we still getting money? Or?
We are. It's just so he proposed this huge bill because Trump's bill was like a few billion or trillion.
Trillion.
Biden is trying to go for a little bit more, but then the Republicans are slapping him down left and right.
Well, I also heard he's trying to raise minimum wage.
He's trying to do everything.
There's a lot of shit that he's trying to increase up on.
Yeah, he's trying to do everything.
We'll see.
He's almost being Obama,
yeah,
where it's like he's coming in after the shitty guy.
Yeah,
trying to clean up his mess.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to it. It's just so funny that, Biden threw out this big ass number. We're all supposed to get like a $1,400 check and, unemployment. And then all of a sudden it's just like Republicans are like, well, no, we'll give you half of that. Yeah. No, we'll give you a quarter of that. Like, are you guys human? Do you realize we all need to fucking eat?
I don't agree with it. The only thing I do understand and get the concept of it is what happens when money starts getting thrown out from the government. When people start relying on what is that? Not IBS, international. It's universal cash flow.
Universal income.
Universal income. When people start to get universal income, what happens with ours is we're gonna run out of money eventually.
Yes.
The Treasury will burn out because unemployment got so ripped apart in COVID.
We're almost at 50%.
Yeah, with that dropping down to nothing, what happens is that you end up having to reprint bills. Mm-hmm. So new bills get printed.
Money loses its value.
Money loses value. The American dollar starts to drop, and I don't think people understand is that when our value, when we start to overprint this fucking money and it starts to get used more and more and more, yeah, it'll be great in the United States, but then when we need to actually go buy shit outside in other countries, which fucking Japan, China, when we get things that are built in other countries that isn't strictly U.S., which is how many things that are built in the United States still come from the United States. We get everything from third world, from China, Australia, from everywhere. The UK, everywhere. If our dollar value goes down, we won't be able to buy shit from other places, which means that we are forced to make shit here, which I'm not against. It's great, but
it's just more expensive.
It's way more expensive. Yes. Cost of everything will go up 10 times the amount because the cheap shit that we buy from other places that we use on the daily will get doubled here in the United States because we don't have the property to make it.
Which is ridiculous to me, and I never understood that. Why would it? Okay, I want something made in the U.S. You're going to charge me almost triple to quadruple the price I could get it from China. But we all know China and some of these other spots, they got sweat factories, the Philippines and stuff like that.
They work things at a lower budget to produce mass amounts.
And it's like, why can't we do that on a legitimate scale?
It just won't work.
For some reason, I don't know.
We have too many restrictions and too many... There's not people that are willing... You can't have a sweat factory in the United States.
Yeah.
Legally. Anyway.
Well, no, that's what I mean. Like, not a legal sweat factory, but at the same time, why isn't it we can't produce cheap stuff for ourselves?
We just can't.
Like, it doesn't make sense.
That's one thing I don't know how to... Like, that's a rabbit hole we would have to go down to.
You would never
stop. I don't know, but yeah, that's...
No, that's deep. So, I just wanted to cover that really quick because Biden is making an effort to try and kind of help dig us out of whatever financial shithole we're in. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, I treat every president the same. If I still got to work 5 days a fucking week, I still got to pay all these ridiculous taxes, I still got to do all of these things on a day-to-day basis, I really don't give a shit who's in office. I don't give a fuck who's president.
It doesn't affect me directly. It's not doing anything for me directly. So
like, he's going to enforce a few policies. What do you fucking do, man? Like,
it's not changing anything. I still got to do the same fucking thing.
Trump did it, Bush did it, Obama did it, Reagan did it, Clinton did it. They all do it, okay? It's nothing different. Just... keep your ears to the ground, everybody. Like Lynn said, when the government decides to give us money, trust and believe, there's always repercussions.
They're going to take it back.
To these actions. They will take
it back. If they don't get it in your taxes, they're going to get it some other way.
So just, keep your ear to the ground. Let us know anything you guys find out, because we're only two individuals trying to kind of...
picking up from where we go. Right. I didn't even know until Dee brought it up, which is our last one or two topics about Jeff Bezos.
Yes, Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Amazon.
Richest person on the planet.
Step down.
I guess he stepped down from his... being the owner of Amazon, the creator of Amazon.
I don't want to say he's the Tony Stark of Amazon.
He's the richest person on the fucking planet. So he's dropping down to the board.
He's going to the board. Yeah. He stepped down as CEO or something like that, and he's moving to the board, which, it's really just it's irrelevant for you and me.
He's a fucking powerhouse. It's the concept of Elon Musk. He's the second richest person on the planet.
It's not going to change anything.
You have two people that are literally, they could, not trying to go too much into their net or gross worth, but the amount of money that they make could literally, two individuals could literally pull the country out of debt.
Dude,
if they were to combine their money, they could literally pull the country out of debt, start from scratch, broke, and make a quarter of that money back in a year's time.
Right.
It's one thing that'll always eat away at me is that people who have money, that have power, I don't like the direction they pour it towards.
Yes.
If you know the money you're making for your own personal gain, do you really need, what do you do with when you hit a billion? When you hit a few billion.
Yeah.
Give $1 billion in one direction to help a massive amount of people. Because I know for me, like it sound like Trump, but with just a small loan of $1 million, I could do so many different things. If you give me $1,000 one time every 2 months in my normal budget, I would be so far ahead of my bills.
I would find a way to be debt-free.
I would be so far away from my bills. If you find people that are willing to work to find ways to reassess their lives to do better by giving them a little bit of extra money from people that make so much money they just don't know what to fucking do with it, you would have so many. You would have 20 Jeff Bezos. You would have 100 Elon Musk.
But that's the problem. That would fuck up the system.
It would fuck up the system.
It's the Batman Joker complex. Batman can't exist without
Joker. Yes.
You know what I mean? Because all the other crime by the other minions are too small. They're too small time. Let the police handle that. Let Gotham police. Joker, Bane, Penguin, all of them, Batman has to handle. But without them, Batman's just a rich guy in a fucking suit.
In a suit running around, exactly.
That's really it.
It's crazy to me.
It's crazy, and that's why I try not to get into politics too much, because it just ends up irritating the shit out of me. It just goes to show that, you know, when it comes to these policymakers and these people, you know, shuffling money, billions or trillions of dollars here and there, it's just like, dude, you guys are just, I just see them all in a room circle jerking each other, you know, making it rain and going, hey, I just made my first billion, and everyone's going, oh, good job, squeak, squeak, squeak.
They're all on their own. It's a different plateau. It's gonna be a recurring thing until the end of time. I mean, money's always been a fluctuation. That's the reason why Monopoly was made. You can't have some person have so much money to buy all the land. Like, Monopoly was illegal. Like,
but that's kind of what it is. It's happening
is.
unintentionally, because Google's buying out, like, any company that tries to oppose Google, they just buy them.
I didn't even know until yesterday to kind of tap it off. Is I was looking at a gum packet of Icebreaker. Did you know Hershey owns Icebreaker?
Yes.
Hershey company. I didn't know that.
Yes.
I saw the back of the packet and I was like, why is there a Hershey's Kiss on this? And it says owned by Hershey Incorporated.
That's just like Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Powerade and Gatorade.
That's what they say. Yeah, so you have all of these companies that are linked together through one primary company. Yeah, so it's
like these companies, like Dr. Pepper. It was I think it was Dr. Pepper or Mountain Dew, one of them. They made their own low brand. So you have Dr. Thunder. They're still making money.
They're still
off
making
of
money.
That.
I didn't know that Monster and Rockstar were competitors, because Monster is Coke and Pepsi owns Rockstar.
That's it.
Because I was looking for it at work one of the days. I was like, I needed an energy drink, but I wanted a Monster. I didn't want a Rockstar.
Right.
They only did Rockstar because they only served Pepsi.
Yeah, I was going to say, they had a contract with Pepsi.
I didn't know that.
You could only put those products in your machines.
I didn't know that.
It's fucking ridiculous. Like, the intricacy of the unnecessary nonsense we all go through on a day-to-day basis. But let's go ahead and wrap this up. There's a light at the end of the motherfucking tunnel. 2 scoops of sensu.
2 scoops of sensu.
So, really quick, I'm gonna...
He's going to talk.
I just wanted to kind of, talk about how I'm so glad the holidays are over.
Motivate.
While it makes me happy, Christmas is my favorite time. Go,
do it.
Speed run. Go ahead. While Christmas is my favorite time of the year, and the holidays and jollies, all that fun stuff, with COVID and everything, the holidays tend to just cause more panic than they're worth. Around 4th of July, they were like, oh, we got a spike. Thanksgiving, we got a spike. Halloween, we got a spike. Christmas, we got a spike. Okay, so you know what? I'm cool with the holidays. I'm glad they're over. Everybody seems to be chilling a little bit with COVID. Like, we're learning to live with COVID. I heard somebody say, oh, COVID's going to be with us forever. Whoop-de-doo. Just like the common cold, the fever, chicken pox, everything else.
You learn to just, it's human nature to be able to, humans are naturally social creatures.
Yeah.
You're never going to come across any kind of time where you can lock people away for a long period of times where they're not going to find ways to talk to one another.
They have to.
You have to. So it comes a lot on the concept, thankfully me and D haven't gotten it yet, but I've been around so many people that have got in contact with it and had it.
Right.
I'm surprised I don't have it.
Yes.
But it's getting to the thing. It's like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm to go what's going on with me without going into detail and stuff like that. What we were talking about more or less in the beginning before me and him started recording is just, I'm at this mental block where I'm exhausted pretending to be somebody that I'm not.
Yes.
I can't muddle through, which everybody's going through. And Dee made a point. It's like, I can't compare with what other people are dealing with to make it seem like my issues aren't a problem because other people are dealing with the same shit. I'm burned out beyond belief of having to pretend like everything's fine.
Yes.
Because we've been doing it for a fucking year.
Yes.
I did not to say that I'm not grateful for, but I didn't get the luxury of these other people where they got to live off of unemployment and make 10 times the amount I was making. I still had to fucking work
every day.
Every goddamn day with no fucking breaks. And then the days that I did get breaks, I was sleeping.
Yeah.
And like, it's exhausting. It's like trying to be motivated, trying to have the drive to do better, trying to be a better or the best version of myself, it takes this consistent grind to where eventually, like you said, I'm grinding myself and just into the ground.
Yes.
And it's like there's no enjoyment. I feel like from what my past experience would be, I should be enjoying this grind to be better, because I know when I become everything I need, when the podcast is thriving, when I'm in the best shape, when I'm doing being motivational, when I'm helping people that need help, and I know that I have money to be able to flex to help everybody and take care of everybody around me, I will be happy. Getting to that point, I feel like I've been chasing that. It's chasing the dragon. And I feel like an addict. I've been chasing it for so fucking long. My motivation for it has slowly just it's a flame.
Yeah.
I went from a burning candle in a church to a little Bic lighter.
Yeah. And it's bound to happen. Like me and Lynn are always talking about this. This is the progression of life. My mom says, what is her favorite saying? It's a rite of passage, where as we get older and our field of view tends to widen, sometimes our field of view gets a little too wide.
Yeah.
And it's almost like getting a plate full of food, and it's too much food, and you know you can't eat it all, but you're just like, oh, I mean, I ordered all this food, so I'm here now. It's one of those things where you have to almost force yourself to put on your blinders again. Like, I got mad at myself one day because I was just like, why can't I be like everybody else? Yeah. Why can't I just shake this shit off?
Oh my
not care?
God, it's so
I
fucking.
Can't.
Yes.
It's difficult, you know. I feel this internal mental struggle of, I need to get out. No, I need to stay. I need to get out. I need to stay. I need to do something. Don't do anything. And it's always a struggle because I'm trying not to catch COVID. I'm trying to make sure I don't give it to my family. I'm trying to make sure all these things. It's just like, look, I don't care anymore.
I don't care anymore.
I
don't.
I need to be happy.
I spent the year caring and trying really hard to abide by everything that needs to be done. And it's like, I come across so much shit. Everybody's dealing with their shit.
Yes.
And it's getting to the point where it's like, okay, when is it my turn?
Yes.
Like, I have to put my shit on the back burner so everybody else can fucking go through their fucking drama.
It's not fair.
And then when I be like, all right, I unsheath. There was a commercial I fucking saw. It was crazy. And I didn't think anything of it. It was more or less, this girl is running into a fucking, like, she's in a panic. Like, you can tell she's having a panic attack. Commercial's super short. She's running into her house, starts stripping off her backpack, stripping off her jacket. She takes off her shirt, gets to the bathroom sink, and unzips her chest.
Oh.
And all the shit spilled out. Her emotions, her feelings, his anxiety, his insecurity, depression, anger, sadness, happiness. It was everything into the sink, and she was hyperventilating the entire time. I saw it, and I was like, what is this commercial? And it was just a commercial saying, like, there's people out there that are willing to listen to what you're going through, so don't feel like you have to keep all that shit in.
Right.
Because my biggest fear, and I was talking to you about this, is I have a lot of anger. I have a lot of anger and a lot of aggression. And with everything that I know, you know, physically and mentally, I know physically I can hurt and fuck up a lot of people.
Yes.
Like, there's very far and few people that, if they don't know me, don't know what I'm capable of when it comes to, you know, combat. And mentally, I don't know a lot of people that can keep up with me when I am ready to fucking tear somebody apart. I can mentally break you down and physically break you down. Emotionally has always been my issue because I care and I love too much.
Right.
And it's gotten to this thing where it's like all of that is clustering in my body to where I don't know where to direct it, and I know everybody else is going through it, but then it takes one person to kind of talk me through it to be like, all right, you know what? That Bic lighter is gonna light another candle.
Yes.
And I'm gonna pass the torch, and I'm gonna get a bonfire, I'm gonna get a pillar, and I'm gonna get the motivation and the drive to do bigger and better things. So I'll let you finish off with that.
No,
like, I can't even think of where to go with it. Yeah.
Like I was telling Lynn, think of it like Avatar: The Last Airbender. If you haven't watched it, it's on Netflix. Go watch it right now. It's a fucking amazing show, super deep for a kid's cartoon. But in that show, you learn about the mental struggles of, quote unquote, the Avatar, who's supposed to be the savior of the world. He has to learn each and every element. So they're born into their natural element. So Aang, who's the main character, is born into his air element. He has to learn water, fire, and earth bending to become the Avatar. Well, water bending's the easiest one for him to pick up because it's most similar to air bending. You have to be kind of cool, calm, and collected, and you just kind of let the energy flow. The most difficult elements for him to master were earthbending and firebending. Because with earthbending, you have to learn to ground yourself and to kind of block everything else out and become your own stone, your own immovable stone. With fire is geared through your emotions. With the Fire Nation, they use a lot of their negative emotions to fuel their flame. So, like I was telling Lynn, you know your natural element. Our natural element is fire. Like, just give me, I can be pissed off, I can be happy, just give me something to get on fire about, and I'm there. We're having to learn how to water bend, where it's let it flow. Let it just come out. Be natural and be you. We're not used to that because, like Lynn said, our emotions and our feelings can be so strong. They're overpowering to, and I'm not trying to put anybody down, but to the average person, our emotions are overpowering. They're just a lot because we feel so strong about whatever it is we're going through. So sometimes you have to take a step back and reevaluate where your focus is, reevaluate where your energy, your source of energy is coming from. So like I was telling Lynn, don't be mad at yourself for wanting to hurt people or hurt or break things. He's not going to physically do it. I know Lynn well enough to know, regardless of what he's mentally going through, he's not going to physically do that because there are repercussions to your actions. However, at this time, we have to find a new source of power. Whereas we were using our negative emotions potentially to fuel our fire, now you have to find a different form, a different source of power to fuel your fire. So it's just like when Zuko, who is the prince of the Fire Nation, and Aang, when they had to learn firebending from the dragons. Zuko was so used to using anger and negative emotions to fuel his fire, the dragons taught him a new way to pull in that energy and to let his fire flow. Lynn's the same way. He's got a blockage. His fire is trying to come out, but we only know how to destroy things because that's all our emotions have ever done around us. It's just break shit. So it's learning it's okay to be angry. It's okay to feel negative. It's okay because it will pass. It's temporary. The only reason it's going on for as long as you did is because you've held it in for as long as you have. So like I told him with relationships, whenever you get out of a relationship, you should consider it's going to take as much time to heal as you were in the relationship. So if this was a 5-year relationship, just assume it's going to take you a minimum of at least 5 years to recover. Not saying you shouldn't do anything in between, but don't beat yourself up for the mistakes you made. Don't beat yourself up for not doing the best you could have done. We can only work with what we have in front of us. You know what I mean? So just like I tell Lynn, I'm going to tell you guys, it's okay to be you. Just be you. As long as you're not hurting anybody, as long as you're not, going to jail or buying any shooty bang bangs or any boomers or anything like that, as long as you're not doing any of that shit, who gives a shit how you feel? Express your feelings. Be you. I promise you, once that time passes and you kind of recollect yourself, you will feel so much better that you got all that negative shit out of your system. So that way it made room for all of this positivity and new growth to come through. Now, I could go on about this for hours because I just like to talk.
I hate when you're right. It's so fucking frustrating. I have this mindset to wrap things up. I have this mindset. I'm very stubborn with what I feel like I know I need to do because there's not a lot of people who can compare with me, like what Dee was pretty much saying. And anybody else I try to break this shit down to, they'll feed me some bullshit and like I'll sit there and stare at them like, you're dumb. You're not doing any better than me. I know what it is that you're doing. Like, you could try to teach me something that I already know, and then if I show you that I'm doing it better, I just look at you like, this was a waste of time. Why am I even talking to you? So I don't say anything. And I go to this motherfucker, and he word vomits everything that's in my head in a half-hour talk, and everything that I'm thinking of countering him with, nothing. Like, to compare to Avatar, I'm throwing fire at him, he's waterbending everything. Fire, boom, water, goes over there. Throw a fireball at his face, water over there. Fireball at his foot, he kicks water in my face. I'm sitting there throwing steam until eventually I just smother out. And
that's the point.
It helps. My last advice for this, for 2 scoops of sensu, how do I explain it? Compare, no. Words, thoughts, feelings.
Words.
Without relying on somebody to anchor you down into doing things, find a consistency of something that can balance you out.
Yes.
Like Dee said, put your emotions out there, burn through all the shit that you need to do, earthbend things out of the way in order to get the goals you need to do. Use water to flow your body in the direction and use air to levitate over everything. Make these changes to adapt to your lifestyle in order to prove yourself. If you have to burn some shit down in order to create a new path so you can start doing better, fucking do it. Just don't make casualties of it.
Right.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like,
literally.
Don't literally become a fucking pyromaniac that burns it down. So
yes, because that's everything. All of your emotions require a source of fuel. You know what I mean? So if you're angry, you can only stay angry for so long unless you have something to consistently feed that anger. So that's what I mean. If you have nothing to feed these negative emotions, eventually they will burn out. They will go away. And you will feel a lot better because you allowed yourself to go through the motions, okay? With that, We're going to wrapping
it up.
I'm D.
This is Lynn.
We're Project Airwaves.
Hello.
We love you guys.
Always.
Stay tuned.
Next time.
As always, keep your head in the motherfucking clouds.
And keep your feet on the ground, always moving forward.
Please wash your feet. They can smell.
Wash your feet. Wash your hands.
Especially with earth bending, your feet are going to get dirty. They might get a little, just,
fire purges and everything. Just let it burn.
Like
in the great words of Usher's, gotta let it burn. All right, we out.
All right, take it easy, guys.
You did good. You did real good.